Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day you're watching this broadcast. This is Dr. Eric Tangumonkem with iemappraoch, where we inspire, equip, and motivate people to discover God's great potential in them, develop that potential, and deploy it. There is great potential in you already because you were created in the image and likeness of God and sent on earth at this particular time because the world needs you. The world has a lot of problems and you have solutions to some of those problems. I don't want you to allow the color of your skin to prevent you from rising up to the occasion and doing what you were created to be. If you have been told otherwise, that something about the amount of pigmentation in your skin makes you superior or inferior, I want you to discard that. You are not defined by how you look. It is the content of your character that matters above all. Don't put any man-made limitations on you. Don't allow the expectations of other people to become your reality. I want to thank you heartily for joining us today. Please, will you do me these three things? They are very easy to do. The first one is this: share this broadcast, invite other people to join us. And the second one is subscribe to my YouTube channel. I need your help to spread this message. It is written, ask and it shall be given to you. I'm asking that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. The third thing I need from you is you get a copy of my book, Racism, Where is Your Sting? A provocative look at the beginning and the end of racism. Please do me a favor, get the book and read it. It's going to change your life. If you want to understand the context of this presentation, I strongly encourage you to get a copy. You can also read it for free on Kindle if you are subscribed to that service. That notwithstanding, we have huge discounts available for those who need more than one copy. The purpose of writing this book is to shine light into darkness that is threatening to engulf all of us. I have said, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I want you to light your own little light and shine it into the darkness of racism. Somebody made a comment on one of my videos, and the person said, racism never dies. Well, that person is correct. Racism never dies because racism was never alive. How can something that is not living die? The only way you defeat racism is by deconstructing it. Racism is a social construct. There is one human race. Therefore, racism is a concoction, a social concoction. And I wrote this book to deconstruct that social construct of racism. That's why today we are going to be talking on the subject of racism is an issue of the heart. Racism is an issue of the heart. Has nothing to do with people's skin color. Zero, as you are going to see. Racism is an issue of the heart. Please don't watch alone. Invite other people. If you have comments, I would like to entertain them. We are broadcasting this on many different platforms. That's why it's not possible for me to interact with you directly. However, if you leave your comments and your feedback, I am going to get to you. If you want to call in 214-908-3963. If you want to email, the email is eternalkingdom101@gmail.com. eternalkingdom101@gmail.com. Today, I'm going to do my best to show you why racism is an issue of the heart. Has nothing to do with race, because there's one human race. There is zero evidence that we have more than one human race. There is one race, one human race. Biologically, there is no racist gene. There's nothing in our DNA that shows that we are different. And by the way, all of us are from the same stock. All of us, all humans, are from the same stock. We are all created equal. You must have heard that God said, now let's make man in our image and likeness. And the founding fathers of the United States said that what? We hold this truth to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. All men are created equal. It's self-evident. I'm going to show you why racism is an issue of the heart. Whatever causes people to hate, discriminate, segregate, look down on other people, subjugate, enslave, and at times murder others is an issue of the heart. Whatever causes people to behave like this is an issue of the heart. We have already mentioned that the heart is what? The heart of man is desperately wicked. That is why the prophet Jeremiah puts it this way. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? That is Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 9. The heart is first deceitful. It tells you to look down, to dehumanize, to hate, to kill, to subjugate, to enslave, to lynch, you name it. It is the wickedness in the heart of man. Out of a wicked heart flows all sorts of evil things that the heart. That is why the heart is where we want to focus. I'm not going to focus on the externals because it's not going to solve the problem. If we could reform the externals, I think we will not be having this conversation. A desperately wicked human heart needs deliverance. A desperately wicked human heart needs deliverance. If you have a change of heart, every other thing is going to fall in place. There is no way the amount of melanin in somebody's skin can be used to justify enslaving them, maltreating them, dehumanizing them, raping them, killing them, you name it. There's no way you can say, oh, we're treating these people like this because they have more melanin in their skin. It doesn't fly. Well, you may be saying that racism is real because of the historical records of the enslavement of people from Africa and the lynchings in the southern parts of the United States segregation, Jim Crow, and the civil rights movement. Yeah, I'm not refusing any of that. This is just part of the picture and a manifestation of a deeper problem. These are symptoms of something more evil. Jim Crow, segregation, you want to say systematic racism, whatever you want to call it, the physical manifestation of something deeper. It's not because of skin color. I say that because when you talk about systematic discrimination, subjugation, if you go to Cameroon right now as I speak, they all look alike. However, the minorities, Anglophones, are complaining of the same thing. The Francophones who are majority, according to the minorities, they are not being treated right, they're being discriminated against, they're being subjugated, they're being murdered and killed. That is why we must accept that it's an issue of the heart, has nothing to do with skin color. The Africans that ended up in chains in the US and whose descendants were subjugated to all sorts of inhumane treatment were originally caught and sold by fellow Africans. Their fellow brothers were trading with Europeans and exchanged fellow Africans for gin, gunpowder, you name it. The point is being raised here, not to blame or castigate anybody, but to point out the depravity in every human heart and to underscore the fact that given the right circumstances, all humans, no matter their skin color, are capable of committing terrible acts against other humans. The Romans practiced slavery. Therefore, instead of focusing on racism, which is just a symptom of a sick, desperately wicked human heart, we should be looking at the heart. Take, for example, the terrible events that led to the Holocaust of 6 million Jews. Did this barbaric act have anything to do with skin color, or was it driven by the evil in the hearts of the perpetrators who raised another bogeyman in the name of the master race to justify slaughtering millions of other people? They killed not just Jews, gypsies were killed, Jehovah's Witnesses and gays and homosexuals and many other people were among those that the Nazis slaughtered. If you had any disabilities, you were not deemed to be human enough to be living. That had nothing to do with skin color. The wickedness in the heart of man. Remember, we've already pointed where things went haywire, where this wickedness started. Adam and Eve disobeyed God, and from that point forward, the human race became tainted. That's why tomorrow we are going to be talking about the fact that none of us is born good. We are capable of committing acts of evil, and it's been manifested all over the globe. Yeah, instead of focusing on the symptoms, let's go to the heart issue. This wickedness that prompts another human being to kill another one, to mistreat them, to hate them. If you doubt the havoc that the heart of man can cause, it is important to consider what Jesus Christ said concerning the heart. Some of the teachers of the law were accusing the disciples of Jesus for eating without following some of the ceremonial laws of washing hands. Jesus, in their defense, said, What goes into someone's mouth does not defile them, but what comes out of their mouth, that is what defiles them. After Jesus said this, the people were not satisfied with his response. He had to explain further. And this is what he said in Matthew 5:16 and 20. I want you to read it for yourself. Are you still so dull? Jesus asked them. Don't you see that whatever enters the mouth goes into the stomach and then out of the body? But things that come out of a person's mouth come from the heart, and this defiled him. For out of the heart comes what? Evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false testimony, slander. These are what defile a person, but eating with unwashed hands does not defile them. So what comes out of the heart? Hate, murder, evil thoughts. That is where the problem is. Wicked hearts. Hearts full of evil thoughts. Unregenerated hearts. Unrepentant hearts. We are back to where we started, isn't it? We said the beginning of the disharmony between humans started when the fellowship between God and man was broken, and the fellowship between man and man was broken. Remember, when God asked Adam, 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 where are you? Oh, I'm naked. Who told you we are naked? Oh, the woman gave me the fruit. Adam, that was not the question, the answer to the question. Adam was asked, who told you you were naked? Blame. Adam started blaming the woman. They were no longer in harmony. And the woman blamed the serpent. From that day forward, given the right circumstances, this disharmony will manifest itself through jealousy, greed, selfishness, hatred. Can you explain to me why you employ people and you use the color of their skin to determine how much money you pay them? Really? Is that a problem? No. You don't want to pay them well because you want to keep the money for yourself. It's greed. Nothing to do with skin color. If you're not greedy, you pay them rightly what they deserve. The things that come out of the heart are bad and nobody wants or likes them, right? Who don't like them? For example, when a police officer guns down an unarmed black male, there's outrage and cries of, oh, it's racism, it's racism, it's racism. The reason is that the likes of Michael Brown were shot because of their skin color. But the reason may be deeper than the fact that the police officer is Caucasian or white, and the victim, a black male, as we've been made to understand. According to Jesus Christ, there is something more sinister at work here, and it is the state of the heart. Everything that happens on the outside is a result of what is happening on the inside. In other words, if a person is not having hate, murder, evil thoughts, there is no way they will allow the color of somebody's skin to prompt them to shoot indiscriminately. While some may argue that it is the chicken and the egg situation, in this situation, I will argue that external factors reveal the true intent of the heart. If the heart is not wicked and already evil, it will not become evil overnight, isn't it? You can't say, oh, the color of his skin caused me to treat him less human. Where did you get that idea from? What's wrong with you? Haven't you heard that God created all of us equal in his image and likeness? Haven't you heard that we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal? Where is the disconnect? What's going on? It's the wickedness. It's a wickedness. Evil thoughts, murder comes out of the heart. And that is why when it happens, we should not allow racism to distract us. Focus on the evil in people's hearts. You cannot justify shooting another human being unjustly that I did this because they don't look like me. That is not enough to cover the evil in your heart. It stinks and it is obvious for all to see. It's high time we stop using the smokescreen of racism to try to explain away the evil and the wickedness in the hearts of people. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking on the fact that none of us is born good. That is going to help us understand how to get the right solution that will ultimately put racism out of business. I want to thank you for watching. You need to get a copy of this book, read it, ask questions, share with other people, and together we will put racism out of business. Thank you for watching. God bless you.